I would think, at least I'll tell you what has worked for me specifically. We very openly maintain one tracker for all the hiring requests that come in, right? Which is basically your headcount projection, which I think is very important for the finance team to understand, okay, when would people join? That would be one basic thing. The other thing is all the exception in terms of appraisals that might happen that need to be openly shared. So we have an you might have an HRMS or a sheet that you maintain with all the employee data specific to appraisals, new hires, etc., etc. So that needs to be extremely transparent, in my opinion. The third thing is perks and your roadmap for perks. I think all the benefits, like insurance for that matter, or anything new that you might add that may be heavy on cost, needs to be clearly called out. That okay, this is the roadmap. We currently have 10. We're looking at adding 5 in the next 6 months. The finance team needs to know. The fourth thing would be all the products that you might need. For example, a lot of times it happens that, okay, you need something really quickly. Let's say, you already had an HRMS, but now you need a specific recognition platform. It's not accounted for. But at some point in your conversations that may have come up, a recognition platform can never be a reactive thing, right? It's something you think about for a long time. So maintain a tracker of sorts of different things you want to bring into picture, and make sure that is transparently shared with the finance team, that hey, okay, these are the costs we're looking at. Apart from that, of course, there are offsites, etc., etc. But I think the first 2 points cover mainly what you need to share. Nipun, please add if I missed something.
Right? If say finance folks have a visibility around what is happening, right? Because there are a lot of planning which is required in terms of say cash flows, right, and various other things, right, and this visibility helps and don't create surprises, right? So what we do here is instead of having a so we set a common annual plan, right? However, we create a visibility for what am I going to do for next 3 months, right? What are my key targets for the next 3 months, three key activities, key milestones for the next 3 months, right? And say specifically this Diwali, right? So we started. So Diwali is a very important activity in terms of right, every employee in terms of every employee expecting that there is going to be, or say HR, right, creating some events, having gift distributions and so many other activities, right? If I call about specific to this particular month, right? Now if we start discussing this 10 days before the Diwali period, right? And we start planning and executing, right? I think there is going to be conflict, and there is going to be delay, right? And that will result into dissatisfaction to both the department as well as employees, right? So it's always important that you be proactive, right? Discuss in advance what are your plans, right? Involve in cost negotiations, right? I think that is also is very helpful. We have seen that right, both the functions together can bring their expertise in terms of, say, HR wants certain piece in say particular tool, right, or say certain benefits in a particular tool, right, but that is coming at a cost, right? But finance gets involved, and that cost element is reduced to fit to an extent in our budget, right? So those are really very helpful to both the functions, I think, and hence creating visibility and involving from the beginning is something which is very important. And as Sameera said, I think data is a key, right? So always back your ask with the data.